gets a round of applause. Nick Bulaong will have a lot of exposure tonight, most definitely. The absence of Twadless, although Twadless is here, he is reported to be not in good condition to play. At the same time, Mon Fernandez is reported to be in sick bay. He is suffering from the flu, we understand.
Yes, and he's got a high fever, according to Sonny Jaworski.
And Francis Anais is suffering from a sprain. We told you just a few minutes back, just before the newscast, that the Toyota Tamaraos would have their backs against the wall, and this is going to be a brick wall. They've got only 8 men tonight. I recall one time when the Crispa Redmanizers were also in that position about a year back or 2 years back, but they proved to be a menace with only 8 men. Let's find out what the Tamaraos will be able to come up with.
You know, 8 men is the minimum requirement before a game can be played.
Otherwise,
if they came out with less than 8, then it would have been declared automatically a default.
Well, look at the crowd. The beautiful crowd we've got here at the Araneta Coliseum, in spite of what we thought would be a lean crowd on account of the casualties and the number of players that would not be able to see action tonight. Well, we've got a very good turnout here at the Big Dome on the last semi-final clash of the Toyota Tamaraos and the Crispa Redmanizers. And in that crowd, in that thick crowd, we can spot a Miss Japan, a Binibining Pilipinas, a Miss RP, and a lot of other beautiful people that turned out for this game tonight. The game is in progress. We've got 5 seconds into the game. Here's Dick for the play-by-play.
Thank you, Nick Bulaong, breaking the ice with a very sharply angled jump shot. 2-0 for the Tamaraos, playing with a minimum requirement of players. Cesar follows up a miss and also does not get it in. Estrada, playing his first game after suffering an injury to the middle finger of his left hand. It got caught in his car door one evening, and he lost a lot of skin. He had to undergo surgery, plastic surgery, on that finger of his after losing, about half an inch of skin. And he was telling me about that earlier. We've got Abe King connecting for Toyota. Now it's 4-0. Quick start by the Tamaraos. Santa Maria likewise is not on the bench. He is also reportedly on the injury list.
Down with the flu too, I understand.
So Tuadlis may be seeing very little action tonight. He's got a hip injury likewise. We've got another miss by Ko this time, and Jaworski on a bounce pass to King. King misses on the try. He uses left hand. 10 minutes and 42 seconds left. Ed Espinosa goes for the basket, then connects the first 2 points of the Redmanizers. 4-2. There's a pitch all the way to Estrada. Estrada gets 2 points on a fast break assist by Sonny Jaworski.
That's his way of saying, I am back, boys.
6-2 now for the Tamaraos. 10 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. First quarter action coming away live and in color over GTV4 via the facilities of NMPC Sports. Will Finn unsuccessful. The pitch by Abe King intercepted by Espinosa over to Dionisio. Ko getting a screen and missing. That's his second miss tonight. And we've got Gulfin unable to control that ball at the baseline. It'll be a backcourt throw-in for Toyota. 10 minutes and 2 seconds left. There's a slow-mo on that save, that try for a save by Gulfin. Brought to you by Sinclair Plates. Blocked on Estrada by Philip Cesar. And we've got Dionisio losing the ball on a tap out by Sonny Jaworski. It'll be a front court throw-in for Crispa. They trail by 4, 6-2, 9 minutes and 53 seconds to play. Atoiko moves onto the flank. He goes in. He's onto the basket for the miss again. A third miss by Ko. And we've got the tap out handled by Nick Bulaong.
And this would seem bad at this early stage for Atoiko because it's missed from everywhere, from the outside and from the inside.
He's in a slump right now, but Ko, with sheer persistence, finally scores on the drive. 6-4. That's one thing about the fortune cookie. If he can't hit from the outside, he will be driving in for the higher percentage baskets. Jaworski over to Bulaong for the rim out. Heartbreaking miss by Nick Bulaong. Dionisio setting up Ko. Beautiful assist by Dionisio. It was a deceptive pass by Dionisio, drawing Bulaong away from Atoiko, who was trailing at 6-all. There it is on on the Sinclair paint slow-mo. We've got an interception by Philip Cesar. Cesar driving off Jaworski, and there's the foul by Sonny Jaworski. Referee Torino. 2 charities for Philip Cesar, a chance to push the Redmanizers on top for the first time tonight.
Jaworski picks up foul number 1, the first foul for the evening. Let's take a look at that. As Sonny Jaworski gets in the way of Philip Cesar. 6-all, Philip Cesar muffing the first charity shot. We've got 9 minutes and 3 seconds to go. No hit on 2 counts by Philip Cesar.
9 minutes left. Salazar getting away from Espinosa. Salazar crowded. He doesn't go for the basket. Under the basket pass. A fake by Estrada and the hit. Estrada with a good fake. And Toyota goes back on top. 8-6. 8 minutes and 42 seconds left. Dionisio in the front court. Setting up the play for Crispa. Atoyko drives, goes for the basket. And this one trickles in. 8-all, a second deadlock tonight. Estrada from his favorite angle. Yes. His injury is on the left hand, and it hasn't spoiled his right-handed shot at all. Will Finn driving off Boulogne. Crowded. He gives it to Espinosa. Espinosa connects from the corner. Nobody was there for a possible rebound if Espinosa missed, but it's all tied at 10-all. Third deadlock tonight.
So far, it's 2 for 2 for Espinosa from the field.
Espinosa harassing Salazar. Salazar drives, and we've got the whistle blowing. Foul committed by Espinosa on Salazar. No, it's course foul. Take a look at that on the Sinclair paint slow-mo. Here's a drive-in play, and it's Ko with arm contact as he tried to prevent a drive-in play by Salazar. The pass over to Dionisio. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left. Ko in the front court. He goes for the basket. Crowded shot, but this is what he wants. A crowded shot. That's how Ko gets his shots in.
And give him a little something to worry about.
That's right. Seems to be used to pressure all the time. 12-10, Crispa enjoying the first taste of the lead tonight. Jaworski's pass, wide of the mark, but Abe King was there. There's a pick by Boulogne, but a switch by Ko. Estrada open, Gulfin picks him up, but Estrada misses, and we've got Gulfin with a recovery. Ko to Dionisio. Crispa running game in progress. Bounce pass to Gulfin for the pump. It trickles out. Gulfin blocked beautifully, he recovers, follows up, makes it. Gulfin recovering very quickly his own blocked shot. 14-10 for Crispa. In the front court now it's Abe King. Crowded, he lost the ball to Philip Cesar. Cesar ball hawking. Dionisio back to Philip. Philip pumps and misses out. Open shot. Abe King in the front court. He hooks a pass to Estrada, and King is guilty of a charge on Gulfin. Take a look at that on the Sinclair paint slow-mo. Position play by Gulfin, forcing that foul on King.
And here's a surprise of the evening. Arnie Twadlis was announced to be on the sick list also, or an injured list, is in the hard track. He is playing tonight.
He didn't see action last Tuesday, but very likely due to force of circumstances, without Fernandez and without Francis Place in Santa Maria, he's got to play. Gulfin with a gimme basket. 16-10 now for Crispa. It has been Gulfin connecting for the Redmanizers. King with a towering hit right in front of the basket. 16-12. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left. In the front court for Crispa. Atoyko working against Duanes. He gets away for the layup, and it rolled in. It had just enough height and power to sneak into the basket. 18-12. Salazar against Espinosa. He passes back to Jaworski. Jaworski crowded by Dionisio, and he's guilty of a double dribble. We've got Boulogne replaced by Emer Legaspi, and the first timer.
Come to Shakey's Cubao, Makati, Malate, and Angeles. We are where you are.
The fortune cookie has found the range. Disconnected to give Crispa an 8-point advantage. 2012. Reno Salazar retaliates. 2014. Crispa lead down to 6. 5 minutes and 33 seconds remaining. First period. Dionisio in possession. The pass goes to Ko. Ko crowded. And we've got a foul on the play, says referee Manuel. Salazar is guilty of the contact. Atoyko moving over to apologize to Salazar. It looks like Salazar may have gotten knocked on the face there as Ko tried to elude him. And Ko connects. 22-14. Jaworski spinning around, crowded and fouled by Dionisio.
The biggest problem with the Toyota Tamaros right now is the difficulty against this defense of the Crispa Red-Manizers. In the last game, Mon Fernandez was the most effective man against this type of defense, but Mon is out, so they have a problem right now.
Compounding the problems of the Toyota Tamaros is the sudden emergence of the real Atoyko tonight, with Atoyko scoring 14 points so far, doing 7 out of 12. Just in the first quarter, we've got Atoy now with 14 points. Now is his big chance to catch up on statistical performance, which has been dominated by Mon Fernandez in the Don MVP contest.
Beautiful assist pass coming from Rino Salazar, and a score by Abe King with a foul going against Espinosa. Take a look at that on the Sinclair Paint slow-mo. Beautiful back pass by Rino Salazar, and Abe King connects, and he is fouled by Espinosa in the process.
Abe King's got 6 points in the game, the 7th. Yes, sirree. We've got 22-17 now. Crispa's lead is down to 5.
Atoyko has been waxing very hot. He gets away, goes for the basket, and misses out an easy one. He gets a second chance, and this one is good.
16 points now by Atoyko.
24-17. 7-point lead now by the Red-Manizers. Salazar misses out, and we've got the ball kept alive. Legazpi crowded, follows up, and misses. Ubalde recovers a loose ball. Crispa running game, really going. Ko lays up, makes it. 26-17, a 9-point advantage by Crispa. This is the biggest lead so far. Salazar inside to King, and we've got the ball knocked away by Ko. It's a score for Toyota, 26-19. 7-pointer by Crispa. There's a Sinclair Paint slow-mo as Ko knocked the ball away. It was sinking into the hoop. Espinosa with a head and shoulder fake, passes back to Dionisio. Ko now has it. He's got the green light to go for the basket. 1-on-1. Tuadles against Ko, and Ko connects again on the drive. 28-19. Ko exploding.
That's the 10th hit by Atoyko out of 16 tries.
Salazar on a beautiful drive. He was blocked by Philip Cesar, but there was contact made by Ubalde. So it'll be 2 charities for Rino Salazar. Here's a Sinclair Paint slow-mo.
Right. And you're right about the green light given to Atoyko, but we'll talk about it after this.
Pioneer Epoxy, the tool of trades.
3 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Rino Salazar at the line for the Toyota Tamaros. It's 28 against 20. We were talking about Atoyko earlier, Zal, with Atoyko scoring 20 out of 28 points of the Crispa Red-Manizers. And you spotted something on the statistics which may be interesting to...
That's right. Out of 25 attempts of his team, he's got 16.
Out of the 25 attempts of the Crispa Red-Manizers, 16 were passed on to Atoyko.
That's right.
We've got a miss out of the basket and a follow-up by Tuadles. Emer Legazpi missing, but Tuadles with very quick reflexes followed up to whittle down Crispa's lead to 6, 28-22. 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. The battle for the rebounds in progress. Jaworski gets a pass. He sets up Salazar for the layup. Salazar is blocked. Beautiful block by Espinosa. Atoyko in the front court all the way to Philip Cesar for the layup 2. 30-22. Crispa by 8 points. 2 minutes and 53 seconds left. A bad pass by Abe King, intended for Rino Salazar, who is now replaced by Pablo Javier. There's another missing player on the Crispa bench, and Varela. We just got word from Jean Mirabueno of the National Crispinians of the Philippines that he's in the hospital. Tito Varela is watching this game, according to her, and we don't know what is ailing him, but we certainly hope that he recovers very soon. So add another sick player to our list of injured and sick players this evening. That's Tito Varela. 32-22. Certainly hope he didn't suffer from a head cold. Ed Espinosa recovers all the way to Ubalde. 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the front court. The pass goes to Cesar. Cesar sneaks away from King and connects on the drive. We've got Ubalde blocking that fast break pitch and almost recovering, but he dribbled on the baseline, so it'll be sideline thrown in the backcourt of Toyota. King is now given a rest by Nick Bilao. The action is fast and furious. despite the fact that Toyota only has 8 players. They'll probably be suffering towards the second half if this pace is maintained, and it looks like this is the strategy of Coach Baby Dalupan. Run them ragged with only 8 players. The fatigue factor is bound to take its toll in the second half.
2 minutes and 9 seconds to go, 34-22. The Crispa Redmanizers showing the way with Javier muffing that chance in the first try. We have the first point by Javier. It's made from the line with 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go, 34-23. Now 3 team fouls against Toyota. We have 5 against Crispa in the first quarter.
Ubalde. Offensive foul, says referee De Los Reyes. Committed by Ubalde on Pablo Javier. There it is on the Sinclair Paint slow-mo. That's a third contact against Freddy Ubalde. Jaworski's pass almost getting away. Javier fades away and misses. Legaspi follows up for 2. Beautiful follow-up by Emer Legaspi after a good fake.
That's right, and in the last 2 plays, the Toyota Tamaros are again showing strength off the offensive board.
34-25, the layup by Espinosa. And we've got a pass going to Emer Legaspi. 3-on-1. And we've got a fumble by Legaspi and a foul by Dionisio. Joy Dionisio guilty of his second contact, and that'll be the 7th team foul going up against Crispa. There's a slow-mo brought to you by Sinclair Paints.
But that foul of Dionisio sure saved the Crispa Redmanizers from a 3-on-2 situation.
That's right. It was a duty foul. Here comes Abet Gidabin. Only 16 fouls committed by Crispa so far. Philip Cesar gets a rest. The count is 34-25. Toyota in the offensive, inbounding their own front court. Tuadles spots and overshoots. Recovery made by Gidabin. Without Fernandez, Gidabin should have a field day. We've got a tap out by Tuadles off Fabiosa, who's in also for the first time.
And usually when Fabiosa is in, something happens with steam. Something positive.
Yes, he lights the fire of the Crispa Redmanizers. There's a fadeaway by Ubalde. 36-25. Interception by Fabiosa. He sets up for the attempt and the miss. And we've got a tap by Nick Bilal to Pablo Javier. He saved that situation. A good tap. Emer Legaspi fires and connects from the right flank. 36-27. 55 seconds to go.
In the last game against where Toyota won, Legaspi strung 3 of those jump shots from that same spot.
In a very crucial situation at that. Ubalde lays up, makes it 38-27. It's Freddy Ubalde connecting for Crispa. There's a drive-in play by Legaspi. Again, a beautiful drive. Legaspi showing signs of his Mika days where he excelled on the offensive. And we've got a foul going against Sonny Jaworski, says referee Manuel. Knee contact by the Big J.
That deserves
24 seconds to go. So it'll be a front court throw-in for Crispa. 23 seconds left. Atoiko drives, he's double teamed, and he dribbles on the baseline for a turnover. 18 seconds left. 38-29, a 9-point lead by Crispa as we move into the final seconds of the first period. Tuadles with a right-handed attempt, and it looks like an offensive foul, which Tuadles readily acknowledges. He uses left arm to ward off his man. 11 seconds left. Crispa in the offensive, of course, looking at the clock. 3 seconds left. Cole makes his good, and we've got a block on the play going against Tuadles with 1 second left.
Second foul by Tuadles.
And that places Toyota in penalty situation, but only 1 second remains. Cole goes for the basket, and this is nullified. He was not able to release in time. So after the first period, it's 38 for Crispa, 29 for Toyota. We'll be back in a minute.
In the first quarter, scored 14 rebounds against only 11 rebounds by the Crispa Redmanizers. But on field shooting, Crispa is ahead of Toyota at 58%, doing 19 out of 33 tries, while Toyota made 13 out of 27 tries for a low 48% average. The shooting from the lane, 3 out of 5 by Toyota for 60%, and Crispa none for 2 from the lane. 38-29 in the first quarter, with Toyota trailing by 9 points.
We've got a steal and a fast break completed by Pablo Javier, and the Crispa lead is down to just 7 after Estrada opened up hostilities with a hit. 40-33, Crispa by 7 points. There's a booper. Gidabin gets it, working against Abe King for the fake, the reverse, yes. Good play by Abed Gidabin. Looking none the worse for wear after the last game against Tanduay, where he received a swat right on the eye from Manansala. We've got Abe King connecting. 42-35. The Tamaraos closing in 10 minutes and 47 seconds. Adornado in the game for the first time. The bounce pass to Fabiosa. He comes in for the layup and misses. And we've got a loose ball lost at the baseline by Freddy Hubalde. Philip Cesar now gives Hubalde a rest with 10 minutes and 40 seconds to play. 7-point deficit by Toyota against the Crispa Red Venizers, who are almost complete, but not quite. Out of the basket pass. Beautiful pass by Javier for Emery Legaspi. 42-37, Toyota coming from behind. They're just 5-point shy, now 7, as Philip Cesar connects from the right flank. 44-37, 10 minutes and 18 seconds left. Second period action. Coverage coming your way live and in color over GTV4 via the facilities of NMPC Sports. We've got a held ball between Javier and Juan de la Cruz, also fielded in for the first time tonight. A tip off in the front court of Toyota. 10 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. The tap is won by De La Cruz. Fabiosa getting a good assist pass from Philip Cesar, completing the fast break. 46-37. 10 minutes left. Crispa by 9. Jaworski. Over to Legaspi. Now the combination is Jaworski and Legaspi. Legaspi missed on the try, and we've got Gidabin for Adornado. 9:45 left. Adornado goes for the basket and misses out. Emery Legaspi crowded. Loose ball recovered by Estrada. His pitch almost getting away from King. King saves it, but it goes to Bong de la Cruz. 9.5 left. Sidestepping Gidabin. Looking very graceful on that drive and play. 48-37. 9 minutes and 22 left. Jaworski from way out. Yes. The Big J with one of his vaunted long tongs. 48-39. Cesar is open. He drives in for 2. Abe King was a little late. 50-39. Near interception on the inbound. King in the shaded area, spinning around, missing. And we've got a recovery by Gidabin. Gidabin moves into the front court. De La Cruz has it. 3-on-2 situation. Gidabin goes for the basket and misses the hoop completely. Now we've got a fast break with King laying up for 2. A muff chance by Crispa, and Toyota took advantage of it. Jaworski against Adornado. We've got a tap going to Estrada. 8 minutes and 37 seconds left. 50-41. Wide open try by Estrada. He rims out. Gidabin has it. Looks like a wide open game. 8:25. De La Cruz is blocked, and he is guilty of contact against Abe King. It's an offensive foul going against Bong de la Cruz, and here it is on the Sinclair Paint slow-mo.
There's that wayward arm of De La Cruz.
He tried to ward King off, but he was caught at it. 8 minutes and 26 seconds left. We've got a substitution. Estrada is replaced by Bulao. Jaworski in the front court. And it's a pass that gets away for a turnover. 8 minutes and 19 seconds left, first half. This is the 67th meeting of Toyota and Crispa. Crispa has the edge so far, 35-30. De La Cruz spots. Straight and true. 52-41. There's a fast break pitch, and it's wild, intended for Tuadles.
And if we said this about Mon Fernandez also, Dick, but if you take a look at the errors committed by Jaworski, it is errors on those outlet passes that he forces.
Risky pass. Sometimes it pays off. Sometimes it doesn't. 7 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Inside pass to Gidabin. Gidabin with a fake. The attempt, yes. 54-41. Crispa pulling away now by 13 points. Biggest lead tonight. 7:45 left in the first half, and we've got a foul going against Philip Cesar as he crowded Jaworski.
Philip Cesar's first foul. Second team foul committed by Crispa. No foul so far by the Toyota Tamaraos. Legazpi is now being replaced by Abe King.
Atoy Ko is fielded back in. Adornado is now replaced. Scoreless so far, although he has been receiving a lot of heckling from the crowd. 7 minutes and 42 seconds left. De La Cruz guilty of contact in that last play. Another front court throw in for Toyota.
Second foul by De La Cruz.
54-41. 13-point advantage by Crispa. Tuantles tries to whittle it down, loses the ball, and it's taken away from him by Ko. The lead pass over to Cesar. Cesar pitches it back, but Pablo Javier recovers. Into the front court, Javier with a bad pass intended for King. We've got a rapid turnover. 7 minutes and 26 seconds to play. We're in the second quarter. No timeouts have been called so far. De La Cruz getting a warning from referee Manuel. Long pass going to Ko. He goes for the basket. It's short. And we've got a tap by Ko going to Bulao. Javier in the front court for Toyota. The head and shoulder fake, the drive, and the miss. And we've got a charge by Javier as he rammed into Bong De La Cruz. Javier helps up De La Cruz. Here it is on the Sinclair Paint slow-mo. There it is. Bright and clear. He was using Bong De La Cruz as a ladder in his effort to reach the basket.
Well, there's been a lot of one-man shows being put up by the Toyota Tamaraos so far in this quarter. They should do a bit of combining on their offensive plays.
7 minutes and 6 seconds ago, Ko in a crowded situation, and Gidabin is fouled from behind by Bulao.
Nick Bulao picks up foul number 1. We have Javier now being replaced. Pablo Javier is now replaced by Merito Legazpi. 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go, 54-41.
One outstanding characteristic of Pablo Javier is that aggressive quality that he has, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it also doesn't, because a couple of times he lost scoring opportunities for his team. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. Jaworski over to King. King from the flank. Yes. Philip Cesar was hoping for a foul. There's a pitch to Atoy Ko. It slips through his hands, and we've got a turnover. 6 and 36 to go. King in the front court. He goes for the basket. Rims out. Loose ball. Picked up by Fabiosa. Fabiosa to Dionisio. 4-on-2. Ko attempts and he sinks it. 56-43. Crispa again by 13. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. A pity that the Toyota Tamaraos are not complete this evening. Tomorrow is a big day for Delta Motor Corporation, and I have it from Mr. Pablin Carlos, the Executive Vice President of Delta Motor Corporation, that they are producing their 125,000th Toyota vehicle tomorrow. That's a red letter day. Can you imagine 125,000 cars produced by Delta Motors? And this is going to be completed tomorrow. It'll be a Skylark Blue Toyota 4-door sedan. A car similar to the one you have, Remy. The one you used to have. But it comes out tomorrow, right? And they are having some ceremonies, I understand, for the Miss Asia Quest candidates going out there. We've got a Toyota timeout.
Beautiful crowd and a beautiful game. 58-43, 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Toyota versus Crispa. Crispa showing the way at the moment.
Abe King getting that loose ball off Philip Cesar. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. Jaworski against Dionisio. Near deception by Cesar. Legazpi moving in, going for the basket, and short with it. King goes up, rimming out. Philip Cesar snatching that defensive rebound. Adornado crowded by Bulao. He gives it to Dionisio. Ko has it. Top of the key try. Yes, bullseye by the fortune cookie. 60-43. Crispa leads 17 points. 4 minutes and 48 seconds left.
26 points down by Atoy Ko.
We've got an interception by Philip Cesar. Telegraph pass by Salazar. The assist going to Fabiosa from Philip Cesar for the connection. 62-43, and Crispa is breaking this game wide open.
They've got frustration written on the face of Reno Salazar.
Salazar over to King. Red Returnizers can barge into the finals with a victory this evening over Toyota. They will deadlock the Tamaraos and enjoy an identical tie. 4 victories, 1 loss. 62-45, 4 minutes and 5 to go. Philip Cesar fouled on the drive by King, very likely.
Abe King committing foul number 2. Ironically, it was Abe King who, just a play back, was asking the referees to call fouls. And when he went back to defend the goal of the for the defense, he got the foul. Cesar's got 9 points, 4 out of 7 from the field, none for 2. That's 1 out of 3 now from the line. 2 for 2 on 2 consecutive tries by Philip Cesar. Earlier, he missed both tries.
4 minutes left before the end of the first half. Legazpi's pass to King. Good assist by Emer Legazpi.
Now the Tamaraos are starting to combine.
64-47. Adornado getting away, reversing and missing. Loose ball recovered by Jaworski. And we've got a steal by Ko on Jaworski. Philip Cesar lays up, and it sinks.
You rarely do that on Sonny Jaworski.
66-47. 3 minutes and a half left before the end of the half.
Atoy Ko has got, let me see now, 28 points in the game.
Adornado with a beautiful interception. Dionisio faking, attempting and connecting off Jaworski using his left hand. 68-47. It's a 21-point advantage by Crispa. Salazar over to King. King from the keyhole. Yes, Abe King has been consistently hitting for Toyota. 68-49. Fabiosa fading away, and it trickles out. Recovery by Jaworski. 2 minutes and 56 seconds remaining. Forward pass to Bulao. Bulao drives in, lays up. He is fouled from behind by Adornado, most likely. And before he takes the charities, we've got a timeout.
Come to Shakey's Cubao, Makati, Malate, and Angeles. We are where you are.
Here are a couple of standouts in tonight's game. So far, we've got Abe King of Toyota doing 10 conversions out of 17 tries from the field. He's got a total of 21 points with 1 out of 1 from the line. He's also got 7 rebounds. That's Abe King with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the second quarter. Atoy Ko, on the other hand, for Crispa, stands out with 13 out of 24 tries from the field. He's got a total of 26 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals.
Contact whistle blows against Nick Bulao. He fouls Bernie Fabiosa on that last play for a front court throw-in. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. Fabiosa preventing a possible steal.
One very big factor right now, lopsided one. 14 turnovers against 3 in favor of Crispa.
We've got a backing violation by Legazpi for a turnover. He straddled the line. Here it is. And he stepped back. And that was caught by the Sinclair Paint slow-mo. 70-52. We've got Adornado missing, but he is fouled by Pablo Javier, and it'll be a sideline throw-in. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Adornado will inbound his own front court. Dionisio has it. Hand off to Ko. Dionisio has been assisting Ko. Inside now to Gidabin for the foul by King. A good fake by Abit Gidabin, and King will send him to the line. And as he prepares the charities.
Foul number 3. In instances like those, Dick, isn't it that there were some objections to this kind of foul, which happens to the player who falls down on an offensive player who is right there just waiting for him. What I'm trying to say is that it puts the player, the defensive player, to a disadvantage because of the timing of an offensive player to just wait for the guy on his way down before he goes up to fish.
Well, it's part of the maneuvering, because the moment airspace is violated by the defensive player, then he's guilty of the foul. And this is where the art of faking comes in. We've got another Crispa fast break completed, 74-52, 1 minute and 47 to go before the end of the first half.
There's some players who live off such kinds of fouls, like Lorenzo before. Whenever you bite into his fake, it's as good as 2 points.
The master of that particular fake is Lim Ang Beng of Vitix. A miss on the drive by Dionisio. The follow-up is in by Bugs Adornado, and now Crispa has a 24-point advantage, 76 to 52.
Of course, it's not a pretty healthy prospect or something that one could look forward to, knowing that there's somebody up there that's all set to drop down on you. And you're expecting it, and you want it to happen.
A palming violation by Tuadles on the dribble for a turnover.
That's the 16 for the Tamaraws against only 3 for the Crispa Redonizers.
A minute and 15 left. Espinosa is back in the contest, and he pairs off with Bernie Fabiosa. This is going to be a very fast Crispa backcourt duo. Atoy Ko connects from the flank. 78 to 52. Crispa is really going for the jugular. Beautiful interception by Bernie Fabiosa. It's a good ball, 2-on-2. Fabiosa crowded and fouled by Salazar.
Reno Salazar picks up the foul. Salazar guilty of foul number 2. 56 seconds to go. Atoy Ko's got 30 points in the game now.
Didabin goes for the basket. The ball is tapped back to him. He follows up and misses. Now we've got a loose ball going to Tuadles. A pitch to Pablo Aguirre all the way to Salazar. All along for the layup too. 42 seconds left. It's 78 to 54. Crispa lead 24 big points. Their biggest was at 26 earlier. Espinosa over to Ko. He fakes and he is guilty of traveling for a turnover. 29 seconds left. Still 78 to 54. Crispa by 24. Coliseum grandstand section about 3/4 filled. Emer Legaspi punches the hoop from his favorite angle, the right corner, 78 to 56. Adornado lays up, misses, he is fouled. There was arm contact by Arnie Tuadles. He'll go to the line. And at this stage, I'd like to invite you to go down to Mr. Chin Department Store, Dunhill Department Store, Sullivan Shoe Emporium, and New Goodall, all located on Rizal Avenue, or to the Jean Centrum on Carriedo for Louis' new light-colored denims, comfortable cotton twills, and fashionable canvas. Also available, casual wear with that special feminine fit for girls of all sizes and all ages. That's Louis, the brand with a fighting bull.
If you happen to be in Makati, the new Josephine's restaurant in the Greenbelt Park, Makati, serves you seafoods with a pure, fresh taste. Do come to Josephine's at the Greenbelt Park, plus the Makati Commercial Center.
Emer Legaspi with 5 ticks to go to Reno Salazar. His pass intercepted by Ko. And we've got the horn sounding, ending the first half of play, with Crispa shooting off to a 24-point lead. 80 for the Redmanizers in a high-scoring first half, 56 for the crippled Toyota Quintet. In just a while, we'll bring you the breakdown of the scores. Right now, let's pause for these messages.
Of 21 games. The performance of Atoy Ko right now is 30 points with 2 rebounds and 2 assists, and he would be earning a lot of points tonight. Only for 2 quarters, that is 30 points, so he would be, statistically speaking, he would be going way above his regular average, and because of Mon Fernandez's absence tonight, he would definitely earn a lot of points on the statistical count. Let's look at the score made by the other club now. The Toyota Tamaraws, they don't have Mon Fernandez tonight. They also don't have Francis Arnaiz and several other players to help them out in their predicament. We've got King at 21. Only 8 players showed up tonight for Toyota. Legaspi made 12 points. The rebounding king is Abe King with 7. Legaspi's got 6. We have Estrada at 8 points in spite of an injured finger. He's got 1 rebound, and Salazar with 5 points and 3 assists in the game. Standout performances in the other departments. On loose ball recoveries, we've got Fabiosa with 2 and Gulfin with 2 on loose ball recoveries. On the Toyota side is Estrada with 2 loose ball recoveries. 1 block shot by Abe King. We'll be back with more in just a moment. The Coliseum, and let's take a look at the Don MVP standings combined tally as we listen to Zal Marte's game story in the first half. Zal?
The Toyota Tamaraws are a completely disorganized team offensively in the first half, and proof of that is in as far as the turnovers are concerned, the the Toyota Tamaros turned the ball over 18 times against only 4 by the Crispa Redonizers. And the lead of the Crispa Redonizers right now at 24 is a direct reflection of this bit of statistics. The Toyota Tamaros problem really lies in the fact that they seem to have problems solving the defense of the Crispa Redonizers, and they're not solving this defense as a team. They're doing it individually, and one man dribbling or driving against this defense of the Crispa Redonizers is like someone dribbling against a tentacle on defense, an octopus with 10 tentacles.
10 tentacles.
A different kind of an octopus.
Anyway, Zal, what should the Toyota Tamaros do now? They must be really having difficulty in being coherent in the game, mainly because the key players are not around, and it is indeed very difficult to adjust at a moment's notice to the absence of these people.
It's possible that psychologically they have a problem, but they have to do something better than just correct themselves psychologically. They have to go as a team.
Fade away by Atoy Ko. Retaliating after a three-point play by Sonny Jaworski, opening up the third period. Jaworski with an interception. The Big J going for the basket. He's trying to provide that spark for the Toyota team to come alive. Interception and a pass by Tuadles by Fabiosa. We've got a loose ball recovery made by Fabiosa. Over to Gidabin. Gidabin to Ko. Bounce pass to Philip Cesar. Over to the cutting Gidabin, and he misses on the reverse try. There's a pitch to Abe King. Espinosa's down there. King lays up for 2. 82-61 Crispa by 21 points now. And Atoy Ko retaliates. 84-61. Crispa lead 23 points. Tuadles open. He missed on the try. We've got a recovery by Gidabin. A fast break pitch to Fabiosa. Jaworski's in there. And we've got a foul going against Sonny Jaworski. It'll be 2 charities for Bernie Fabiosa. Here's a Sinclair Paint slow-mo. The contact on the move with Fabiosa helping out as he jumped, spraddled leg.
And the big problem that the Toyota Tamaros is displayed in that last play, because Crispa is the kind of a team who, if its defense works very well, the offense practically plays itself. Like you have a lot of fast breaks.
In the meantime, Bernie Fabiosa cashes in on the charity shot. We've got 86-61 on the board now with 10 minutes and 36 seconds to go.
Tuadles gets away from Ko. King lays up, misses. Gidabin all the way to Ko. Another fast break by Crispa. Ko misses, and we've got a loose ball recovery by King and a backcourt foul. King was double teamed by Fabiosa and Espinosa, so he'll go to the line on that contact by Espinosa.
86-61 is the count. Espinosa is now being replaced by Joy Janicio. The new Josephine's restaurant in Greenbelt Park, Makati serves you seafoods with a pure fresh taste. Whether steamed or broiled, Josephine's seafood satisfy. Come to Josephine's at the Greenbelt Park across the Makati Commercial Center. We have 23 points by Abe King now. 24 points. That's right. We've got him with 8 rebounds in the game at 24 points.
Cesar in the front court, Crispa. He hands off. Fabiosa to Ko. Ko from the right foot. It hugs the hoop and sinks. 88-62. A bad pass on the inbound by Abe King.
They've been having a lot of that tonight.
Looking very frustrated. 26-point advantage. This is the biggest lead duplicated by Crispa. Ko missing out, and we've got Cesar under the basket. He was trying a fancy shot there.
Is it time for that?
He was trying to go for the hoop from behind the glass, and we've got contact by Estrada on the driving call. It'll be 2 charities for the Fortune Cookie.
Estrada picks up foul number 1. The Fortune Cookie for 2 charities. He's got a total of 36 points now. 18 out of 31 tries. And this is just the first half and a few minutes into the third. 38 points by the Fortune Cookie. He just might be able to break that score established by Torrente, which amounted to 51 points. He could easily break that if he continues his pace. And he definitely would be earning a lot of points tonight for the Don MVP statistical points, for which he has been glaringly remiss in the past few days on account of his lackluster performance. He's buying it all back tonight in one game. Atoyko.
And you know, he realizes this, I'm sure, because of the absence of Fernandez. He could double his output tonight.
That's very true. His average, you know, his advantage over Fernandez right now can be gleaned only on the entry submitted by our televiewers with the Don MVP standings. Guess who tally at 7,666 points against 5,941 of Fernandez. But Fernandez is tops on statistical points, 2,328 against 1,923 points. Ko is behind by over 400 points, 405 to be exact. You will recall, Dick, that the last time we pit these two together, Atoyko was only trailing by 26 points in the Crispa Toyota match, which saw him play rather poorly. He was behind by 26 at the start and was behind by over 100 points at the end of that game. Now he's behind by 400, and he will be able to catch up somewhat because of tonight's game.
Ko has had about 3 bad games. Bad games based on his standards. And even though he has scored something like 13, 15 points, this is still way below his usual average of 28, 29 points.
Very much below, as displayed right now by Atoyko, over 38 points in just the first half.
We've got a cat.
Yep, I saw that one. Going right between the legs, or under the legs of Boxa Donato. He never even noticed.
That's right. He was as surprised. Jaworski setting up King, and King missed the tap. Goes over to Fabiosa. The speed of Fabiosa. He is under the basket for the hit. 94-64, and Crispa is leading by 30 big points. 8 minutes and 12 seconds left. Ko produced 22 points in 1 quarter, and we were inquiring whether this could be a record.
Yes, it is.
Which means that Ko has already broken 1 record this evening. Ubalde follows up and misses. Recovery made by Salazar. 7 minutes and 55 seconds left.
You know, Dick, with the performance of Atoyko tonight, I certainly wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot of votes for him again, especially from Pasig, the home grounds of the Crispa Redmanizers. We have reports coming from the Don Filter Kings people that they were amazed at the turnout of points or entries coming from Pasig, with Atoyko dominating in that area. And the way they also are surprised at the split up of points coming in for the Toyota Tamaraos, mainly splitting the points of Fernandez, Jaworski, and Arnaiz.
That's right. They'll have to decide whom to really vote for as a group instead of splitting the votes among 3 top players.
All different people with different lines and different favorites.
That's right. In the meantime, earlier you saw Abe King frustrated even on his attempt to dunk. And that was caught by the Sinclair Paint slow-mo. That's the reason why the crowd was yelling earlier.
So his dunking statistics right now, I think, in the All-Filipino or could be career is made 1 out of 5
by Abe King.
But you know that lone dunk was a beautiful dunk. It was a reverse slam dunk.
Yes, that could make up
King.
for all the other misses by Abe King.
If you recall, when he made that dunk, the Toyota Tamaraos were still behind. But after that dunk, it sort of gave his team a big psychological lift. And
that's right.
There was no looking back for the Tamaraos.
And that's what dunks are really supposed to be. Psychological boosts to a team that is trailing behind.
Which means, Dick, that that frustrated dunk of King now is not going to help his team any psychologically.
Not at all. Legaspi connects from right quarter court. He has been waxing hot consistently this evening. 96-68, but the Crispa lead is down to 28 big points. They're pouring it on, and Philip Cesar retaliates. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. They look determined to give the Toyota Tamaraos a real shellacking tonight. Although the Toyota Tamaraos are playing minus Fernandez, Francis Arnaiz, and Santa Maria. Adornado retaliates again, and once again, a 30-point lead is restored, 100-70. At the rate Crispa is scoring, they may also break the team high record in 1 single game. We're only in the 3rd quarter with 6 and 23 to go. They already have 100 points. We've got a timeout. Action in the front court of Crispa. 100-70. Redmanizers by 30 big points against their arch rivals, the Tamaraws. Legaspi over to King. King driving in, and he is blocked beautifully and cleanly by Bong de la Cruz. And in a gesture of sportsmanship, King acknowledges that block. Here it is on the Sinclair Plains slow-mo. Watch that block. It's clean by Bong de la Cruz.
I got the feeling that Abe King had the intention of dunking that ball.
He was trying to go in for a towering layup. De La Cruz, in the meantime, is guilty of contact.
It would take a Julius Erving to dunk that ball from that angle and from that distance.
But you all know that he's got a pretty long sprint.
Nick Bulao in the keyhole, watched by Hubalde. The attempt by Bulao is off, and we've got a loose ball with a foul going against De La Cruz, says referee Manuel. He picks up another contact. That'll be foul number 4.
100-70 with 5 minutes and 39 seconds to go. The 4th team foul is charged at Toyota. We have 5 against Crispa.
Legaspi lays up and misses. And we've got Bulao under the basket. He recovers and follows up for 2. Bulao just forgot where he was when he saw the goal right on top of his head. He had to reverse.
He lost his orientation. He was reversing on the other side.
That's right.
For the basket.
102-72. Philip Cesar swiftly retaliating. Under the basket by King. 102-74. 5 minutes and 5 seconds to play. We're only in the 3rd quarter, and Crispa has 102 points already. De La Cruz laying up, and it was deflected by Bulao. Forward pitch goes to Javier. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. 3rd quarter. Jaworski is sitting it out on the bench with 4 fouls against him. Legaspi lays up. Not quite. King reverses, gets another chance, and sinks it. Terrific spring by Abe King.
Those are the kind of plays that can endear King to his fans.
That's right. Showing a lot of power. Ubalde misses. Bulao to King. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. Salazar all the way to Javier. Javier against Philip Cesar. Short stab trickles in. 102-78. Crispa lead down to 24 points.
King is looking tired.
Under the basket by Ubalde on an assist pass by Adornado. All that jumping must have tuckered him out. Takes a lot of stamina and power. 3 minutes and 55 seconds left. King again fading away and rimming out. Salazar is under for the follow-up too. Nobody attempted to block him there. 104-80. Ubalde lays up, makes it. He is fouled by Bulao. It'll be a 3-point play.
Bulao picks up the foul. We have the slow-mo here, brought to you by Sinclair Paints.
Clear Epoxy, the tool of trades.
That's a close-up of the basketball that's being used this evening in the 67th meeting since 1975, the inception of the PBA, between arch rivals Toyota and Crispa.
The largest margin ever won by the Crispa Redmanizers over Toyota was in 1976 in the first conference at 26 points. They also scored a similar 26-point advantage in the second round eliminations at 123-97. So twice in the second conference, that is. So in the first and second conferences, we've got the Crispa Redmanizers in 1976 winning by 26 points over the Toyota Tamaraws. Of course, you know that Toyota has won 35 out of the 60.
The other way around.
66 games, while Toyota won 31.
That's right. Crispa winning 35, Toyota 31. Javier gets a pass. It's 3-on-1. Legaspi assisted beautifully by Javier. 109-84. 3 minutes left in this 3rd period. De La Cruz, Fabiosa, Gidabin, Ko, and Ubalde complete the 5 for Crispa, while we have Emer Legaspi, Javier King, Jaworski, and Salazar for Toyota. Backward foul committed by Atoy Ko on Abe King, and he'll go to the line for 2 charities. And as they troop to the line, In the provinces, you can get your Loewe new light-colored denims, comfortable cotton twills, and fashionable canvas, together with casual wear for girls of all sizes and ages at Mindanao Iligan Shopping Center, 1 and 2 in Iligan City, Philip's Supermarket in Cebu City and Davao City, and right here in San Fernando, Pampanga at the Laos Men's World. That's for your Loewe jeans and jackets, the brand with the fighting bull. 109-86. Crispa lead down to 23 points. Fabiosa spots and misses. Recovery by nobody. It goes out of the baseline. Handled last by Abe King. 2.5 to go. Third quarter. Toyota trying to get back into contention. They're behind by 23. Biggest lead by Crispa was 30 points. Legazpi pumps and connects. Good screen provided by the Big J. 109-88. Looks like the start of a Toyota rally. Ubalde spinning around, giving it to Fabiosa. Fabiosa misses, and we've got a tap going to Rino Salazar. Toyota now fast breaking. Fabiosa is there. Cross-court pass. Javier misses on the try, and we've got Ubalde on a power defensive recovery. Yudabin gives it to Ubalde. Ubalde fakes, reverses for two. Good play by Freddy Ubalde. Outsmarting Abe King on that play. Legazpi lays up. And now it's 111-90. Crispa lead 21 points. 1:45 to go. We've got Javier ramming into referee Victorino, drawing a yell from the crowd. That's the first time we've seen that happen.
That's one for the books, all right.
Jaworski rims out. Oh, what an unfortunate miss for Sonny Jaworski. Abe King connects from the corner.
36 points for Abe King.
113-92. Crispa by 21 again. Ubalde to Ko. Ko drives, and there's a whistle. A foul acknowledged by Javier.
Javier picks up foul number 3. We've got 1:20 to go. 113-92. The 15th foul against the Toyota Tamaraos. We've got 6 against Crispa. Let's take a look at that foul on Javier on the Sinclair slow-mo, and the hit again on the Crispa side with 115-92. That should be the 40th point of Atoy Ko.
That was a long beauty by Atoy Ko, but King retaliates. 115-94. Crispa still by 21.
King is not too far behind Ko. He's got 38 points now.
Abid Gidabin with a short pump makes it 117-94. 52 seconds left, third period. Crispa maintaining its lead of 23 points now. Although the Toyota Tamaraos have made some inroad into that lead, whittling it down to 23 from a 30-point advantage. 45 ticks left. King with a fadeaway. Yes.
It's tied. Atoy Ko with 40 points.
117-96. It's a battle between Ko and King. You would expect this kind of a performance from somebody like Atoy Ko, but not from Abe King.
Definitely so.
Who was it who said that King shouldn't be scoring? I remember somebody distinctly.
said that.
Well, it looks like he's trying to prove something to you, Zal.
Maybe he's trying to prove now that his game is more complete than I saw it in the early part of the conference.
That's right. Of course, the requirements on Abe King tonight is very much different from the requirements on Abe King with the cast of Toyota complete.
What I actually said about Abe King is that he does not have to score in order to be a star. But if he scores, he can be a superstar.
And that's what he's trying to do tonight. Without knowing it, he's becoming a superstar. 25 ticks to go.
Beautiful reverse hit. And an assist coming from Ko. That was Freddy Ubalde. 120-96. Crispa by 24 with only 12 seconds remaining. If Crispa hangs on to this lead and wins this game against Toyota, playing with a crippled lineup, that was Abe King again connecting, then they automatically qualify together with Toyota for the final spurt. We've got the horn sounding with Crispa on top, 120 for the Redmanizers, 98 for Toyota. We'll be back in just a while.
Shakey's Cubao, Makati, Malate, and Angeles. We are where you are.
Joey Dionisio opening up the fourth period with contact on Emer Legazpi, sending him to the line.
Toyota scored 50% of their attempts in the third quarter at 19 out of 38. You know, they won the third quarter at 42 points against only 40 points by the Crispa Redmonizers. But Crispa had a better average from the field at 52%, 17 out of 33 tries. Rebounds, Toyota with 15 on the third, while Crispa had 10 rebounds. On assists, they're both at 3 assists each. Charity shooting was 4 out of 5 by Toyota and 6 out of 9 by Crispa. 42 to 40, Toyota winning the third.
Ate Ko connecting from the keyhole area to make it 122 to 99. Crispa by 23 points again. King retaliates with a hit from the left corner. It's a duel between Ko and King.
That was dedicated to Zal Marte.
Now I think we've got 44 points put in by King.
Very true.
Beautiful assist for Cesar coming from Ko. He hooked that pass to Philip Cesar. 124 to 101.
It's now 44-42, 44 for King and 42 for Atoyko.
Here's another 2 points for King. Not quite. He gets another try. Yes.
46 points.
And King is just 5 points shy of equalizing the record of Tony Torrente, which is 51 points. There it was.
Who's the man of Abe King?
Yes, 46
I think
points.
it's Cesar.
There's the attempt by Ko, and he missed. He tips it in. Not quite. Keeps the ball alive. Ubalde gets a try and gets the 2 points. 126 to 103. 10.5 minutes to go. It's Abe King versus the Crispa Redmonizers. There he goes again. And this one bounces out. Bulao follows up for 2. 126 to 105. 10 minutes and 18 seconds left. Ko under the basket to Philip Cesar. Another beautiful assist by Ko. 128 to 105. 10 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Javier to King. They're going to King. And he has been producing. The ball knocked away. Saved by Ko. Cesar to Ubalde. Into the front court. The bounce pass to Ko. Ko goes for the basket. And connects. 130 to 105.
Atoyko just looked our direction and winked his eye.
Abe King missed on a layup.
That's a password, actually. That's a password, actually. I've been waiting for that wink for a long, long time. Atoyko is very much in the game. Very much in a good mood, that is.
Bulao missing, but we've got a follow-up. And King is asking for relief. Looks like he's very tired. Beautiful passing play by Crispa with Cesar assisting Fabiosa. 132 to 107, 9 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. We're the fourth quarter.
A couple of weeks back, I was chatting with Atoyko, and I said, Atoy, if you feel good about the game, just wink so we'll know that you're going to perform well. It's only tonight that he winked. Did you notice that?
Javier guilty of that contact, and we've got a timeout. You're back here with us at the Big Dome, the Araneta Coliseum, preparatory to charities to be fashioned by Bernie Fabiosa. Abe King has 46 points now, and Atoyko is just 2 points behind him with 44. And we've got 9 minutes and 2 seconds remaining, so the record held by Tony Torrente of 51 points is really beleaguered tonight. And both Ko and King can very easily break this, but King is resting on the bench right now. He was plumped. No, he's still in the game.
Still in the game.
Still in the game. He was asking to be relieved earlier, but it looks like Ford Acuna decided that he can still go on after that timeout. We've got a short miss by Bulao. Philip Cesar gives it to Fabiosa. 133 to 109. Cross-court pass for the layup by Bogs Adornado. Assist by Fabiosa. 135 to 109. King gets away for the layup too. That's his 48th point. He's just 3 points shy of the 51 points of Tony Torrente.
And aside from that, he's gotten also 16 rebounds so far.
Ko with a smile on his face loses the ball. It's 4-on-1. Javier lays up, sinks it. 135 to 113. Atoyko under the basket. Fabiosa with the alley-oop conversion.
And
137 to 113.
Atoyko Dick has 6 assists.
Yes, he has been concentrating on assists and really enjoying himself. He's got a smile.
You know, he must really feel good tonight. It must be something that must have happened today that has made him pretty pleased.
The miss by Legaspi. The tap goes to Adornado from Ko. 7 minutes and 40 seconds ago. Here comes Cesar for the layup, too. 139 to 113. 7 minutes and 35 seconds ago. A lot of time yet. But at the rate both teams are scoring, it's a wide open contest. King makes 51 points. No, 50 points.
50 points.
It's his 50th point tonight. 139 to 115. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Adornado collects 2 points. 141 to 115.
Atoy Ko has stopped shooting.
He has been concentrating on assists. The tap out by Philip Cesar with 7 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. King will inbound.
Abe King looks really pooped out.
I don't blame him for feeling pooped out. Misses from the outside. Adornado has it. Fabiosa laying.
Like Atoy Ko is also having fun. He's got a wide smile on his face. And they're talking to each other.
That's right. They probably realize that both of them are dueling it out points-wise. Salazar retaliating the pass of Philip Cesar. Too far ahead for Ko. Look at Philip apologizing to the bench. 143 to 117. 6 minutes and 41 seconds left.
But you know, in spite of this wide lead of the Crispa Redmanizers,
there it is.
maybe the Lupan still has a pretty serious look on his face. He's the only one on the bench that hasn't smiled yet.
Right, there it is. 52 points for Abe King. He has broken the record. Dionisio misses out. Adornado follows up and misses, and we've got a foul going against Bulaong. 2 charities for Bogs Adornado.
Bulaong picks up the foul. It should be foul number 4. We've got, yes.
You were talking about a serious look on maybe the Lupan and maybe Danny Floro, because I do remember you talked one time about Danny Floro being conscious about this putting up too much of a margin over a team in the face of forthcoming important games.
No, I don't think that's the reason. I think the reason why maybe the Lupan is serious, has a serious look on his face, is because I don't think he particularly savors the errors that the Redmanizers are committing tonight, even if it's a wide open game. I'm sure at the back of his mind he wouldn't want the Redmanizers to get used to it and to come up with the same error in the next few games, which would already be the telling games as we come into the finals starting on Tuesday, right, Dick?
Yes. This victory of Crispa tonight, even with 5:45 to go, we may as well concede the game at the rate both clubs are scoring practically at will in a wide open contest.
But Dick, it has developed into a sideshow for King and Ko, more
That's
especially
right.
for King.
But you know, Atoy Ko has been keeping himself away from even attempts. He has been contenting himself with assists.
Well, on assists, he also earns a couple of points on the statistical point standing.
151-21, King over to Javier. We've got a goaltending call going against Atoy Ko, and it looks like cramps may have caused that walk of Ko. He's favoring his right foot.
Oh, he looks okay now. Whoops.
Now that's a way to get rid of a part of the cramps. Curl your toe towards you. Straighten out those tired muscles.
Did you know that Atoy Ko is a very good dancer? According to his current girlfriend, he is one terrific dancer, and I've seen him dance. Although I've had reports that in the past, in the very immediate past, Atoy Ko used to dance with 2 left feet. He's a terrific dancer now.
Okay, Ko scored another 2 points. Let's find out how many points he's got now. He can also break the record.
He's got 48 points.
48 points, so just 2 more baskets and Ko can break the record that King has earlier broken. Here he goes. Reversing, yes. 50 points now for Atoy Ko. 156 to 125. 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Just 1 more basket and Ko would also break the record of Tony Torrente and equal Abe King's new record. King gets another 2 points, so he's got 54. Atoy Ko trying to get rid of his bout with the cramps. We've got a charge by Fabiosa on Abe King.
Fabiosa picking up the foul. Ko is now being replaced. King likewise being replaced. You know, this game, in spite of its being a Crispa Toyota match, is beginning to look like a pretty friendly game. It's something like medyo let's have fun muna before the real big thing, which is going to be on Tuesday. I'm sure most of these players may not be able to come up with the beautiful, bright smiles that they are coming up with tonight.
No way. No way.
No way. Not
with a title at stake. No siree. So this would be the calm before the storm, so to speak. And the stage is set for this coming Tuesday between Toyota and Crispa. We've got a timeout. Back to the action in the front court of the Redmanizers. A tap out by Abe King, who's back in the contest. He's already got 54 points tucked under his belt, and he now holds a new individual high.
And I think, Dick, also that Fortuna has decided to give his boy a chance at really setting something as a record.
Hey, that was a beautiful shot by Javier.
Javier on a fast break, making it 156 to 129. Crispa by 27 points. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. The individual team high this season is 159, and Crispa is just 3 points shy of equaling that.
That was scored by Toyota.
That's
by the way.
We've got a layup by Adornado, a miss. The follow-up is good by Gulfin. 158 to 129. Another record is being threatened right now in a record-busting evening. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. King lays up, and it sinks. 56 points now is the individual high this season. 158 to 131, 2 minutes and a half to go. Atoy is on the verge of also breaking the former record. He's got 51 points.
Except that he's
not playing.
He's not playing right now.
Well, he went out because of a bout with the cramps, and it's possible that he may not come back in anymore. Crispa will inbound. He's got 50 points so far. That's Atoy's output. While Abe King has 56. One more basket by Crispa, and they will set a new team high this season of 160 points. Adornado is fouled by Rino Salazar.
Rino Salazar picks up foul number 3. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. 158 to 131. On team fouls, we've only got 3 against Toyota, but we've got less on Crispa. Just 1 on Crispa.
Adornado notched 2 points, and that is a new record now. 160 points for one team. Final 2-minute announcement is made, and this comes your way courtesy of Lipovitan. Abe King missing out. Hidabin with a pitch to Espinosa for an easy fast break layup. 162 is a new team high record. 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining. Salazar connects on the drive, wide open contest. And you can tell this because of the team fouls. Committed only 3 by Toyota and only 1 by Crispa. 164 is a new team high now. Salazar makes it 164 to 135. Very likely this will also set a record insofar as the combined totals of both teams are concerned. 166 to 135 and a minute and 22 seconds left in this contest. Toyota played minus Fernandez, Santa Maria, and Arnaiz. While Tito Varela is reported in hospital for Crispa. Follow-up by Adornado. Now it's 168 to 137. 62 ticks left, and the crowd is yelling for the ball to be given to Abe King.
Abe King's got, what, 56 points?
And he is fouled by Gulfin, so he'll have 2 opportunities to add on to that 56-point total.
Gulfin picks up foul number 1 with 55 seconds to go. 168 to 137. Abe King performed beautifully tonight for Toyota, and so did Atoy Ko, the Crispa Redmanizers side. But who's going to be the MVP this year? Will it be King, Atoy Ko? Will it be Cesar, Fernandez, Jaworski, Arnaiz? Who will it be? If you guess right, you can win a brand new Toyota Corolla. And Other prizes worth 150,000 pesos from Don Filter Kings. And the awards night will be on the 31st of July. The deadline for entries will be on July 34th. There are 1,000 drop boxes all over Metro Manila area for the Don Filter Kings Guess Who contest. Join it now. 168, 137.
Abed Gidabin scored to make it 170 to 137. King again. He is fouled once more. The shot bounced out. De La Cruz guilty of the contact with 41 seconds to go. Here it is on the Sinclair Paint slow-mo. The pitch to King. He drives in. And there's the contact.
He's playing a game that will take long for him to forget.
Yes, this is a milestone in the career of Abe King. Memorable night.
Of course, it must be said that his scores were made under slightly different conditions, abnormal conditions.
I wonder if there could ever be a championship night where the players would play as serious and as lightheartedly as this one.
Javier this time is fouled by Golfin. He'll go to the line. 26 seconds to go. Now King has how many points?
King's got, let me see now. King's got 60 points. 16 assists, and he's got, how many rebounds? No, he's got 16 rebounds and 5 assists.
Terrific evening for Abe King.
It's his big night. 26 ticks to go, 172 to 140. Saturday we'll have games here at the Coliseum again, and starting Tuesday, it's going to be the finals, and telephones will start ringing again.
Only 13 seconds to go. Estrada giving it to King, and King missed that. He gets another try, and also misses. Another try for King. No foul. Javier follows up, and there goes the final horn. And it looks like that shot was counted, so the final score is Crispa 172, a new team record this season, against 142 for the Toyota Tamaraos. Even the lead is the biggest enjoyed by either Crispa or Toyota this evening and in the past 5 seasons of the PBA. In just a while, the breakdown of the scores. Right now, let's pause for these reminders. You know, tonight is a very unusual night because not only did we see a Toyota Crispa match, but we also saw 2 players from both quintets vying for individual season honors.
Yes, and not only that, outside of the first that's been scored tonight, Dick, this is a first as far as television interviews are concerned. Having 2 protagonists in the court on an interview, especially after a much heated ball game. Nagkainitan kayo ng gusto, no?
What do you mean by heated? In a shooting?
And they're smiling.
It's a shooting, and you're smiling, and they're both smiling after the game. Of course, we were making some speculations that although it would be ideal to see something like this kind of a game where you're fighting hard yet you're lighthearted about the game in a championship match, I don't particularly feel that this is going to happen.
Anymore.
Calm before the storm, Tony, ba?
Calm before the storm. Atoy, napagod ka ba?
Hindi na pagod, kaya lang I was I think in the first few minutes of the 4th quarter, I have a cramps. I had a cramp.
Napansin nga namin
when
yan.
I tried to block one of the Abe King's shots, you know.
Yeah. One of Abe King's shots. Yeah.
Kaya lang siya, unstoppable siya tonight eh.
Abe, what can you say to that?
Hindi, nagpapapalit din siya kanina.
Well, I just give my best, no. We play hard. We try so much to beat Crispa, you know. Even
Without Ramon Bernard
even Monin Francis is injured. And as long as we have the opportunity to beat them, we should beat them.
Alam mo, go ka ng go, Abe. Namumuta tuloy isang kasama namin dito, si Sal Martin. Natatandaan mo, sinabi niya minsan na, alam mo si Abe, dapat wag na mag-i-score eh. Dahil maalat na maalat yung laro mo. Ha? Conforme ka doon. Dapat nagre-rebound ka kasi wala nagre-rebound noon eh. Ha? Nag-i-score, you were trying to make baskets, but it was not going in. Ano?
Extraordinary hot tonight.
Tonight. Oh, hanggang sa sumabog daw yung karburador niya. Ano ba rin? Sige lang.
Tumutok yung karburador eh.
Overheat, ha? 60 points. That's a lot of points. This is your season high, and you've never made anything like that. Career high mo ito, no? 60 points. Maski siguro sa one-on-one sa backyard, hindi ka may score ng 60 points, ano?
Hindi,
I think this was
na.
also my career high. All my season, the PBA.
What about you? 50 also.
My season high.
Si Ate, kung hindi lang na cramps, palagay ko, you would have broken the old record of 51-2, no?
Yeah.
Bakit?
Pero mukhang nag-assist ka na lang towards the closing minutes.
I saw all my teammates, they won all the scores. That's why, you know, I just did that.
Team man, no?
Team man. So,
Pero si Abe King naman, pinagbibigyan ka talaga ng mga teammates mo. Alam nila that you were going for the record, no?
Napansin na medyo hatyata ng konti.
That's right, oo.
Pero
Yung mga gabing ganyan, ha?
nagpapapalit ka na kanina. Medyo sinesenya sa muna si Port Acuña. Ano nangyari? Bakit?
Nga, gusto nila padagdagan pa.
Ano pumutok yung carburetor mo? Gusto mo, time out ka na muna sana. O ano sabi ni Fort sa'yo? Kapag ka mga ganun ba, medyo namamagod na yung player, ano ba nangyayari sa sumenyas ka sa coach? Ano ba sinasabi sa'yo ng coach para bumalik ka? Well, in this particular instance, what did Fort...
Carb to beat carb. That's why they were able to feel it again.
Naging coach na usapan, ano?
Karera na yata yung nag-uusap. Atoy, you look extra happy tonight. Alam mo, napuna namin the past 3 or 4 games. Medyo parang hindi si Atoy ko. Ano nangyari ngayon? Bakit medyo masaya-masaya ka? Kumindat ka pa. Sinabi ko sa televiewers ko, sa mga televiewers, medyo maganda yung kidbat mo.
Kasi during the previous game, I really, tell you frankly, I was very cautious in all my games, even all my attempts, all my movements, I was very cautious.
Why is that?
Maybe because I don't like to be hypocrite because of the MVP also. Somewhat it affected me because I tried to catch up in the
standings.
In the rebounds. Yes. Really, unfortunately,
Lalong sumabog dahil sa conscious ka.
I was too conscious.
What about tonight? What's the difference tonight?
Yeah, last night because we had a meeting, all the team, with all the managers, coaches, and all the players. And then they give me the support, the moral support to keep it up, you know. That's why.
So mukhang solid ang Crispa behind you.
I was a little bit happy tonight.
Next, can I follow up on what Atoy just said? Because
Yes, sir.
this has to be said about shooting skills. You see, tonight's conditions were slightly different from the conditions maybe that we will see come next week when the finals start.
No doubt.
You see, in a game where pressure and tension really prevails, the first skills that usually deteriorates is shooting skill. And that is why I like to toss the point to Abe King. Here is where if pressure can sort of threaten consistency on shooting, it is always nice to fall back on something where you are consistent at, and that is rebounding.
This time this game I try to, you know, fall back on my shooting because everybody knows that my skill is in shooting, not like Abe, you know.
Yes.
His skill is in rebounding and follow shots.
Sabi nga namin, Atoy, a while ago,
before entering the final, you know, I try to catch up with my shooting.
we were saying that you seemed very relaxed a while ago. It looked like you had the green light to really go for the basket.
In the first quarter alone, I think out of the 25 tries of Crispa, you had 16. Binigay sa'yo 16 na beses yung bola para mag-attend ka. Out of the 16, you made 11, I think, or 10.
For 22 points.
22 points in the first quarter. Record.
Oh yeah? I didn't notice about that, but I'm just aware of what I'm doing every day.
Well, most definitely, this will improve your performance on the Don MVP Awards as far as statistical points are concerned. And your fans, as usual, especially the ones coming from Pasig, will again go solid behind you as far as the Don. Ikaw yata nagsisigarilyo no? Puro raw sa Pasig.
Speaking of that race, Emmy, I think Abe King now will be the
Yes, he will move up also.
Who will come into the picture.
He's
because
number
of his
9 right now on
performance
statistical points, but I'm sure he will be able to nudge out Manansala. He would either be number 8 or number 7, even moving out Tuadles after your performance tonight. And I don't know what you're going to do with the MVP award money in case you make it, but I'm sure Atoy ko has something planned out already. Magpapatayo na ho ng bahay.
He's got it spent already, di ba?
Hindi pa. Magpapatayo daw siya ng bahay at gusto na makalagay sa tahimik. Yung medyo paminsan-minsan na lang ang labas.
Before to close this, I think we have to...
Okay, medyo delikado na, no?
Congratulate Abe for...
Sige. Okay, in closing, again,
Congratulations.
Abe King. And Atoy, congratulations for your 50 points, another season high too for you. And we hope that you continue with this kind of a performance next week.
Salamat sa mga fans.
Okay. Thank you. Let's pause for these reminders.
Choices.
Okay, you're back with us here at the Coliseum. Let's take a look at the scores now. We're the only ones left here in the Big Dome. We're glad you're still with us. Okay, here are the scores. We have Atoyco on top at 50 big points. The winning club, the Crispa Redmanizers. We have the score of Atoyco at 50 points, together with 5 rebounds and 6 assists, 2 interceptions, 2 steals, and 3 loose ball recoveries. He committed only 2 errors. Atoyco had a pretty good performance tonight, and he was in a very good mood, and all stops were pulled out as far as Atoyco is concerned. The score by Philip Cesar, 22 with 8 rebounds. We've got Fabiosa with 21, Adonado with 21 points. Okay, now let's look at the scores made by the Toyota Tamaraos. The top scorer here is Abe King, who made 60 big points, breaking the record set by Torrente, which was at 51 points. He broke it and went over by 9 points tonight at 60. And Abe King has proven to everybody that he could score given the opportunity to score. And also, outside of scores, he has come up with a lot of rebounds, 17 rebounds by Abe King. But he made 1 loose ball recovery, 1 block shot, and committed 3 errors in the process. Abe King, standout for the Toyota Tamaraos, followed by Emer Legaspi, who quietly pumped in 29 points. Okay, the score 172 to 142, the biggest lead ever by the Crispa Redmanizers over the Toyota Tamaraos in all of their encounters. The biggest at the time was in 1976 in the first and second conferences, when they won over the Toyota Tamaraos by 26 big points. Tonight, bigger by 30 points in tonight's game. Dick?
And speaking of records, Emmy, we would like to recap the records broken this evening. First, there was the season individual high broken by Abe King of 60 points, vice 51 by Tony Torrente, and then, of course, a quarter record by Atoyco. That's 22 points in the first quarter alone. And, of course, the team high total of 172, breaking the 159 that Toyota established earlier this season. So that will set the stage for a Toyota Crispa showdown, because the win this evening by Crispa has tied them with the Toyota Tamaraos in the lead of the round of 4 with 4 wins against 1 loss. And both teams have already qualified for the finals. And after more than 2 years, Toyota and Crispa will meet once again in a long-awaited showdown for a PBA title. It'll be the All-Filipino this coming week, starting on Tuesday. But before that, on Saturday, we have a couple of games lined up for you, and we're coming on live as usual. At 5:30, Crispa goes up against Philman Bank, and at 7:30, Toyota will go up against Tanduay. So here's an invitation for you to join us again for another exciting evening of basketball on GTV4. On behalf of the NNPC sports staff and for my associates, Emmy and Zal, this is Dick saying thank you and a very pleasant good evening.